MTSU Blue Raiders against the Alabama Crimson Tide. Sellout crowd of more than 83,000 set to watch this college football opener for 2005. George Plaster and Nashville Cats head football coach Pat Sperduto to bring you the play-by-play story. Pat, these teams played 3 years ago, and it turned out to be a dandy. Bama won 39-34. Could it be like that tonight?
Well, MTSU is hoping that they have the same results where they battle and they have a chance to win at the end of the game. Alabama's looking to get off to a great start, looking to get a lot of players, a lot of playing time before they hit the SEC schedule.
And with that in mind, we have Pat's keys for both of these clubs.
Well, without question, Alabama's offense, the left side of the offensive line, those two young guys, two first-time starters, have to play well in this first night.
And on MTSU's side, a club that was 5-6 a year ago, what have they got to do this evening?
Well, they got to keep Bama guessing on defense. Without question, they have to throw the ball when they expect them to run and run the ball when they expect them to throw.
It'll be a tough night for MTSU as they battle what was a year ago the nation's #2 defense. It's Sun Belt Conference against the SEC coming up. Starting lineups and the opening kickoff. Stay tuned.
What can blue do for you?
Come see what blue can do for you. Tickets on sale now at 1-888 MTSU.
Are you ready for some football? Hi, this is Murfreesboro Vice Mayor Chris Bratcher. I just want to remind everyone that it's better to be big and blue than mean and green. Go Blue Raiders, MTSU, and Murfreesboro, a winning combination. I'll see you at the game.
Crest Honda is your center point of savings. It's clearance time. Get huge discounts on new 05 Civics, Accords, and Elements, Odysseys, Pilots, and CRVs. Even all new Ridgeline. Register for Crest Honda's huge giveaway. Crest Honda, your local downtown Honda dealer.
Are you hungry? Are you really hungry? Well, come on into Wing Basket and try our new chicken tenders made with 100% breast meat and served with any of our famous sauces or chicken tenders sandwich with chipotle mayo and a fresh toasted bun. While you're there, try one of our amazing sides like our seasoned fries, picnic pasta, or our sweet sticks fresh baked breadsticks. You can dine in and take out, and remember, our wings are great for parties. So if you're hungry, we mean really hungry, head over to Wing Basket where it's all about the sauce.
This MTSU game is brought to you by Pizza Hut. Ask about their $5 national pizza sale today.
Why was the 70s a perplexing period? Perms, polyester, platforms, pet rocks, Pong, and last but not least, party. That's 70s show. Join the perpetual party.
Tonight at 10 on WB58. The following is a special presentation of MTSU Sports on WB58.
It was a Saturday afternoon, and I was coming home from a day of shopping when a tractor-trailer truck hit me and ran me off the road, causing my car to flip several times. The crash caused me serious injuries, and I had to have several surgeries. Not only did I have huge medical bills, the truck driver denied ever hitting me. I knew I needed a lawyer, so I called Bart Durham.
Justice is your right, and we demand it.
Bama Toyota, Pontiac, GMC, and Pre-Owned Supercenter's 96-hour sale. 4 days, 96 hours, 1,500 cars available. This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Hundreds must be sold. Everything's on sale. Thousands of new cars, Toyotas, Scions, Pontiacs, GMCs. Hundreds of used cars, Toyotas, Lexus, Chevrolets, Fords, Hondas, Nissans, Acuras, Dodges, and more. No payments till 2006. Top dollar for your trade. Credit problems, first-time buyers? Beeman's 96-hour sale. This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Beeman Toyota, Scion, Pontiac, GMC. Downtown on Broadway.
What can blue do for you?
Come see what blue can do for you. Tickets on sale now at 1-888. Yes, MTSU.
Are you ready for some football? Hi, this is Murfreesboro Vice Mayor Chris Bratcher. I just want to remind everyone that it's better to be big and blue than mean and green. Go Blue Raiders, MTSU, and Murfreesboro, a winning combination. I'll see you at the game.
Crest Honda is your center point of savings. It's clearance time. Get huge discounts on new 05 Civics, Accords, and Elements, Odysseys, Pilots, and CRVs. Even all new Ridgeline. Register for Crest Honda's huge giveaway. Crest Honda, your local downtown Honda dealer.
Are you hungry? Are you really hungry? Well, come on into Wing Basket and try our new chicken tenders made with 100% breast meat and served with any of our famous sauces or chicken tenders sandwich with chipotle mayo and a fresh toasted bun. While you're there, try one of our amazing sides like our seasoned fries, picnic pasta, or our sweet sticks fresh baked breadsticks. You can dine in and take out, and remember, our wings are great for parties. So if you're hungry, we mean really hungry, head over to Wing Basket where it's all about the sauce.
This MTSU game is brought to you by Pizza Hut. Ask about their $5 national pizza sale today.
Why was the 70s a perplexing period? Perms, polyester, platforms, pet rocks, Pong, and last but not least, party. That's 70s show. Join the perpetual party.
Tonight at 10 on WB58. The following is a special presentation of MTSU Sports on WB58.
It was a Saturday afternoon, and I was coming home from a day of shopping when a tractor-trailer truck hit me and ran me off the road, causing my car to flip several times. The crash caused me serious injuries, and I had to have several surgeries. Not only did I have huge medical bills, the truck driver denied ever hitting me. I knew I needed a lawyer, so I called Bart Durham.
Justice is your right, and we demand it.
Bama Toyota Pontiac GMC and Pre-Owned Supercenters 96-hour sale. 4 days, 96 hours, 1,500 cars available. This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Hundreds must be sold. Everything's on sale. Thousands of new cars, Toyotas, Scions, Pontiacs, GMCs. Hundreds of used cars, Toyotas, Lexus, Chevrolets, Fords, Hondas, Nissans, Acuras, Dodges, and more. No payments till 2006. Top dollar for your trade. Credit problems? First-time buyers? Beeman's 96-hour sale. This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Beeman Toyota Scion, Pontiac GMC, downtown on Broadway.
They're out. They're out.
Yeah.
.85 degrees as we get ready for football this evening. An absolutely perfect early September evening. Both teams about to hit the field. Alabama doing so right now in front of this sellout crowd of around 81,000. Pat, I think a lot of people would assume that coming into this thing that MTSU might be in awe of these surroundings a little bit. I was up in Murfreesboro earlier this week, and I really don't think that's going to be the case.
Well, they've played games at Mississippi State. They've played games here before. I don't think they're in awe. I think that they have to come in here and take this opportunity and make it something good for themselves. This is something that they can really springboard into their conference game next week against North Texas. They got to go out here, they got to execute, and they're going to get a game advantage because North Texas's game this week got canceled.
Pat, the big question is, when MTSU has the football, they face what was a year ago the second best defense in America. How do they go about trying to attack it?
Well, you really have to keep them off balance. Look for them to use a little bit of the no-huddle offense, maybe signaling plays right from the line of scrimmage. They'll try to keep them as much as they can off balance. And I still think, even though they run a lot of the spread offense, they have to run the football a little bit with Goss.
MTSU won the toss. They have elected to defer. As you take a look at Andy McCullum, his 7th year in Murfreesboro, 30 wins, 38 losses. But in all fairness, when you start trying to evaluate coaches and records, he has been forced over the years to play a lot of what I would call pay games.
Right, and without question, series history right there, you see it. Bama's 1-0. Last meeting was back in 2002. Andy Mack, they've played some of the big guns throughout the SEC and the Southeast, and the reality is those games are definitely character builders, but it also gives you a chance and your kids a chance to say, hey, look, we can play with the big boys.
As we mentioned earlier, a perfect late fall afternoon, actually late summer afternoon, 89 degrees, the official temperature at kickoff, low humidity. I think all things considered, based on what we've seen the last couple of weeks, we couldn't have gotten anything better.
No, but one of the things with the temperature, heat becomes a little bit of a factor when it has to do with depth. And the depth of this team obviously is very critical. Andy Mack's got to find some guys in that second and third group to make contributions. Same over here with Coach Schuler. As I talked about in the open, he wants to get a lot of those young guys some playing time.
When we get this game underway, Paul Wheeler will do the honors for MTSU. He will kick off. Alabama will get the football to start the game, and that means the dangerous Tyrone Prothro will be deep for the Crimson Tide.
And I really like this kid, Prothro. He can do so many things on the field. You're going to see him punt return, kick return. As a receiver, he'll run reverses. He's a very talented young man.
Well, as you can tell in the background, they do a nice job of game management here at Alabama. They've got this place rocking. They intend to expand Bryant-Denny Stadium to around 90,000, add skyboxes in the end zone. Pat, I can remember coming here 20 years ago before they had the upper deck on the side that we're looking at. This place seated around 60. They have changed it and changed it for the better.
It's pretty awesome. I mean, all you see is red, and that's a good sign for the Alabama faithful.
Well, glad to have all of you with us tonight around the Middle Tennessee area on WB 58. Wheeler gets the signal from the referee Terry Brown, and we are underway. Prothro from the 5. Gets past the 25 and may have fumbled the football.
Ball's down.
And it will be Alabama's football. They recover, and they'll start at about their own 27. And when they start with a young man who is trying very hard to stay healthy, and that is Tyler Watts. I was thinking of Tyler upstairs, but Brody Croyle. He did fumble the football here.
MTSU does a great job of swarming down and trying to make a big play to start with. And like every good team, as soon as the ball's on the ground, everybody points their own direction.
Brody Croyle hurt a year ago in game number 3 against Western Carolina. When he was in there, they were very good.
Yeah, he has to stay healthy for this team to function at a maximum. I mean, Brody Croyle is without question the key to this Alabama offense.
Give you an idea of the difference between him being in there and when he wasn't. In the next 4 games after he went down, they threw a total of 27 completions and 6 interceptions. And so when we say that he may be as valuable to his team as any player in the Southeastern Conference, Alabama fans will nod an amen to that.
Yeah, without question, he has ability. 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions last year, and like we said, 6 in the next 4.
First play from scrimmage, Croyle to the sideline, caught at the 40. Big yardage to the 46 goes Matt Caudell. A year ago, he had 17 completions. Let's take a look at Alabama offensively. An offensive line that's a pretty darn good one. J.B. Klausner, the center, is a real stud inside. Alabama's skill people include Kenneth Darby, who a year ago rushed for over 1,000 yards. Tyrone Prothro, very dangerous on the outside. 19 yards on the first play from scrimmage. This is Darby, and he may have gotten a couple before Quentin Staten out of Chattanooga brought him down. Here is MTSU defensively. The front 4 includes Littlejohn, who is their best defensive lineman. The linebackers are very strong. They go 4 or 5 deep there. J.K. Sabb getting the start at middle linebacker. A young secondary that we think will be tested. Bradley Robinson a year ago, a couple of picks for Andy McCullum's crew.
And they went right after Raymond that first play on just a simple stack route.
3-yard gain, and Croyle will throw again, and this time he's going deep, and it's incomplete on a nice defensive play down at about the 10-yard line. Bradley Robinson step for step with the receiver.
Great position by Bradley Robinson. He takes the receiver to the outside, fends him off. Watch the positioning. Great positioning. You know you got him locked in. Now you can look back to the football and goes for the interception, hopefully, instead of just batting it down.
Yeah, Robinson, as you looked at that play, was much more the intended receiver than was DJ Hall.
Absolutely. It was excellent positioning and really good coaching, obviously, to keep him in that position.
Middle's defense with a big chance for a stop early. Croyle on 3rd and 7 will throw. Finds a man, but it's short of the first down. J.K. Sabb made a good play defensively, and Alabama goes 4 and out, and they'll kick to MTSU. That's a good opening series for the Blue Raiders defensively.
I'm a big fan of those first down plays. That's really what MTSU needs to do, is they have to force Alabama into 2nd and long, so it gives them an opportunity to make plays like that on the check down. The check down ends up being a 5-yard pass, whoop-de-doo.
This punter is Jeff Saul, and this is his first kick as an Alabama Crimson Tide player. Deep for MTSU is Chris Henry, and he stands at the Blue Raider 10. Henry runs up to the 15. Ran into his own player, but all things considered, good field position for the Blue Raiders. Almost 2 minutes into the first quarter and scoreless here at Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa.
Blue Raider Sports this week with Andy McCollum. Sunday nights at 10:30 on your home for the MTSU Blue Raiders, WB58.
On the next, Everybody Loves Raymond.
Your father's going to bring a friend to Thanksgiving.
I think it's a woman.
I got that.
Guess who's coming to dinner?
Bringing some floozy to dinner with his ex-wife?
Oh, I don't think she's a floozy, Marie.
Then why date her?
Everybody Loves Raymond.
Tonight at 6:30 on WB58.
Stones River Motors in Murfreesboro is having a year-end clearance, so this is the best time to get that new Nissan Altima you've always wanted. Or the great new 2005 Nissan Titan with power to spare at fantastic savings. Or if you've got family, everyone will love the 2005 Nissan Quest. And the Nissan Frontier if you're looking for a pickup that just won't quit. We'll meet you at the bottom line at Stones River Motors on Memorial Boulevard in Murfreesboro.
Florida Seafood Kitchen, where we serve the freshest seafood daily. All our meals are cooked to order, whether it's fried, blackened, or heart-healthy broiled. We've got it all at Florida Seafood Kitchen. Not in the mood for seafood? We have juicy steaks, burgers, and chicken too. We're open for lunch and dinner, locally owned and operated. Florida Seafood Kitchen, Voted best seafood in Nashville. It's like being at the beach at Florida Seafood Kitchen.
A taste of Florida in Tennessee.
Look for a new location coming soon.
Good early victory for MTSU's defense, and they turn it over to their offense at the 26.
You see MTSU has come out with a little bit of a big set, kind of a curveball for the Alabama defense.
And they go with their junior Clint Marks, who a year ago set MTSU's single-season passing yardage record, over 2,700 yards. The interesting thing about that, Pat, he didn't start their first game, but from game 2 on, he was lights out. They work out of the eye, and Gross gets about 3 to the 29. Let's take a look at MTSU offensively. It's a young offensive line that figures to be better in the run block category than they were a year ago. The skill players are led by Clint Marks, Sane Teal, a very nice wide receiver, and Shikola is a pro potential tight end. Middle works without a huddle after the first down pickup of 3.
Changing the play right here.
They got plenty of time on the play clock.
That's the advantage of the no huddle. You can check into whatever you want.
And listen to the 80,000 plus trying to mess the whole thing up. Marks the lefty, and he gets first down yardage as he completes it to Sane Teal, stopped by Simeon Castile. Now let's look at this Alabama defense that a year ago was so good. Gilberry, a great pass rusher, 6.5 sacks a year ago. D'Amico Ryans, as good a linebacker as there is anywhere, 25 tackles a year ago against Arkansas, which is a school record, and a secondary that Pat absolutely loves.
I think that they're so talented back there, and one of their best players, Robinson, isn't even playing.
Middle working out of the shotgun in a 3 wide receiver set. Gross eluded one wave of red, didn't get away from the second, and there is a marker down on the play as well.
It might be a formation from where it came from. Let's find out. And I think MTSU still has to run the ball with Gross. I like what they did. They came out with a heavy set to start. Nope, they got a hold.
The referee is Terry Brown, and he's talking right now to Alabama's defensive captains.
Holding on the offense, number 85. Penalty is 10 yards. Replay second down.
You know, it's interesting. They used to not give you the number on the college level, and I'll guarantee you there were some players who kind of liked that, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Not me.
No.
You didn't hear the ref say it was me.
Coach, it wasn't me, I promise you. Well, one of the things you're going to see out of this front four, you know, if they can make constant pressure up front with just the front four, they can use those linebackers more in coverage. When they have to start bringing the linebackers, it's going to put those DBs on an island, but I still think the DBs can handle it out there.
1st and 20, which is not what you're looking for against Alabama, but that's the way Middle will start here. Marks on the shuttle, and Gross got 3 to the 30 before Jawan Simpson brought him down. Pat, there's no question those Alabama linebackers, man, they react in a hurry.
Absolutely.
David may have noticed Alabama's defense right now in this first series, missing number 8, Freddie Roach in the middle. He was injured. They're checking his left elbow, checked out his right elbow after taking a pretty hard hit in special teams play on the Alabama punt earlier, so we'll check on his status.
And that's why Matt Collins is in there in the middle.
2nd and 17 after the 3-yard gain.
Another check off by Marks.
And Bama, after threatening to send some people, backed away. Marks got clobbered, and so did Gross after a pickup of 4. Gilberry from his left defensive end spot got in there, you notice.
A long way coming from the left all the way to the right to make that tackle. But the guy that makes the play is number 47 for Alabama. That's Mark Anderson, the defensive end. His penetration immediately taking out the quarterback on the option forces him to pitch it early. Makes it easier for everybody on the defense to react to the ball carrier.
Mark's ready and raring to go after getting absolutely clobbered on the pitch off the option. MTSU needing to get to the 47. Marks hit Sane Teal short of a first down, but he got to the 44 before Madison brought him down. Now you say, okay, they didn't make the first down, but Pat, what they do accomplish is move the field position back.
Exactly, that's a great call by you, George. What they do, watch Marks just kind of ad-lib here. He doesn't see it, so he just flips it on out to Santil on the crosser, hoping that he can run for the first down. Good stop right there by Madison, and it'll force them to punt. But like you said, they change the field position. It gives them a chance to keep good field position. You'll see Prothro back there right now. And he's ever dangerous.
Look at this formation that middle shows Alabama. Colby Smith, who is a very fine kicker. Good hang time on this one. Prothro from his 10. He's dangerous, but he's brought down at the 25.
That's an outstanding effort by the gunner who comes down, has a shot at him first, doesn't quit when he goes to the ground, gets right back up and makes the tackle.
Both teams have had a possession. Neither has been able to get a whole lot done offensively. Pat, I say slight advantage MTSU because they want to stay in this game. They want to build some confidence. I think they've done that.
Yeah, without question. And we'll see what happens when we come back as the defense gets back on the field.
Ever hear that size doesn't matter? First Chance and Cooper Tires know better. Wheel size does matter. First Chance Tire, a direct retailer of Cooper Tires, can outfit any vehicle with any size wheels and in any style. Chrome, powder-coated, or painted to match your car or truck. Think you can't afford a big set of tires? First Chance Tire offers financing and layaway programs to make buying your dream wheels easy. First Chance Tire is your ticket to having the size that makes a difference. First Chance Tire, direct retailer of Cooper Tires. Bling bling, baby.
Lower your handicap at Golf Etc., your full-service golf shop in Murfreesboro. Find everything you need to lower your score, like proven name brand clubs and apparel, or try our computerized swing analysis for custom-built and name brand clubs. We have complete repair facilities to keep your clubs in peak performance. Golf Etc. is also home to great gift ideas. Lower your score at Golf Etc., now open in Murfreesboro in the Kroger Complex across from Indian Hills Golf Course.
Hey, at Pizza Hut, when you buy a pizza, you can get up to 5 fully loaded mediums for just $5 each.
Fully loaded? $5. Like a meat lover? $5. Or Supreme? $5. Tomato and bacon? $5. Pepperoni and olives? Chicken, ham, and olives?
Hey! What? He started it.
No, I didn't.
Did too.
Right now at Pizza Hut, order any medium or large pizza at menu price, and you can get up to 5 more fully loaded mediums for just $5 each. Fully loaded, not a wimpy one topping like the other guys.
Next time, we'll get ham and pineapple.
Oh, he's killing me.
Gather around the good stuff.
6 minutes into the first quarter, George Plaster, Pat Sperduto with you from Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa. Scoreless battle so far. Advantage MTSU because the longer they stay in this thing, the more confidence they build.
Hey, every underdog, that's the first thing they want. If you stay in it, you got a chance, and sure enough, they've battled with field position. Right now, they're winning the field position battle, keeping Alabama on their side of the field.
Bama working out of that bunch formation with Prothro, the man in motion. Croyle, good pitch and catch, and a gain of about 13 for the first down to his most talented receiver, Keith Brown. First down, Alabama.
Great read by Croyle. It was just smooth. He saw the out route. He saw the under. Nice look. Watch this. You'll see the flat route. He sees the flats covered, checks back inside to Brown on the slant. Nice combination route. Good throw, good catch.
And the whole topic of conversation in Tuscaloosa is, can their offensive line keep that guy healthy? Because they feel like if they can, they've got a chance to be real trouble in the West. Darby on the right side. Excellent defense by Middle's linebackers. Jonathan Bonner from nearby Birmingham saying, I remember what it was like to live in Alabama.
And he really does a good job from that Sam position coming off the edge. Immediate penetration. And just as important as it is for Croyle to stay healthy and get off and keep him clean, that guy Kenneth Darby is critical. He's their go-to guy because they have to pound the rock with somebody, and it's going to have to be Kenneth Darby.
And he's coming off what they call a sports hernia injury.
He had a hip injury, and then later on he had a sports hernia surgery.
He is the lone setback. Look how far back he is, almost 8 yards behind Croyle, who's going to throw. Left side, caught by Brown, short yardage to the 46, and then middle punished him with Keon Raymond, who put a shot on him after the gain of about 8.
Raymond is playing pretty soft, and I think the Alabama coaches see that he's playing so soft, so they're going to work him right now. He's so far off the receiver that these stack routes are going to work pretty easily. By the time he gets there, the ball's caught. It don't matter how violent you are because he's already picked up 8-9 yards.
Another big third down for Middle's defense.
And I look for Coach Mack to bring some pressure here and hope that his DBs can hold on. This is a good run pass down where you can do either one to pick up this first.
Croyle decides to throw. Now he decides to run. I think he came up short by about a half yard between the 48 and the 49. This may depend on that left foot, right foot that John Madden always talks about.
That's true, though. But I think the referee's signaling fourth, and it is fourth down. The referee has signaled fourth down, so there you go. There you have it.
And my guess is they're going to go for this.
Yeah, I'd just go with the quarterback sneak.
Down and less than a yard to go.
Nope, he's kicking it away. Not a popular decision, obviously.
All of you could hear that in the background.
Well, I think the people here, I mean, they just believe, watch Croyle just take off, and hey, it shows you that he's not afraid of getting hurt. That's a good sign for Brody Croyle.
Chris Henry deep to receive.
Jeff All's second punt of the night for Alabama, and he'll try to pin Middle deep as Chris Henry stands at his 10. Henry will ask for and make the fair catch at the 8-yard line. 43-yard kick with no return. Bama has Middle pinned back deep.
Right, and that might have been part of it. He feels that he wants to rely on the strength of his team, which is his defense. Let's pin him deep. Let's change field position, get a short field next time we get the football by just getting after them.
We'll go to the breaks. Scoreless late first quarter from Tuscaloosa.
As the blistering days of summer take their leave, an event comes along so legendary it can't be missed. The Toyota Time Clearance Event. Featuring Toyota 4Runner, the most dependable SUV in its class. Now get a new 05 V8 4Runner with 0% financing for 48 months or $1,500 cash back. Or lease one for $299 a month for 36 months with $19.99 due at signing. The clock's running, so catch this event now. With deals like these, everyone wins. That's moving you forward.
United together to save energy and money.
A well-insulated attic is the key to cutting your energy bill. In the summer, the ceiling fan circulates the cool air and allows you to set your thermostat a little higher. Change the air filter of your central system monthly. Dirty filters decrease its efficiency. Installing a high-efficiency electric heat pump can save you big dollars, and your local electric power company can help you finance it.
Middle Tennessee Electric and TVA, saving you money by using electricity efficiently.
Thought you missed your chance for an incredible deal on a Ford? It's not too late. Ford's family plan has been extended. Now drive a 2005 Ford 500 for a Ford family plan price of just $19,921. That's more than $2,800 below sticker price on the most spacious sedan in its class. Great selection, great savings, limited time. See your local Ford dealer today.
Defense has ruled the early going here in Tuscaloosa. For the latest, we go downstairs. Here's Chris Stewart.
Well, David, the word is that it could be a ligament strain in that right elbow that they have taped, they have braced, and the early word is he will try to play a little bit later. something they're not overly concerned with right now, but obviously you want one of your best players out there. Unfortunately, now he's not.
Middle in a hole. They start 92 yards away from pay dirt after the all kick. Gross tackled at the line of scrimmage. Now, Pat, going in, we knew Alabama would be really good defensively. Give me some of how you think Middle will try to attack this great defense.
Well, somehow, some way, they have to get those linebackers to back off, and the best way to do it was kind of how the way they started out. By working those under routes, they really got the Bama defense thinking, okay, if they work the unders, the linebackers have to back off to be in part of that coverage. So that's one of the things that I think they can use effectively.
They try Gross again. He got a nice hold that time.
An excellent cut by Gross. He takes it off the right side, and you know who's on the spot.
D'Amico Ryans, and when you bring up that name, you're bringing up a young man who had a game a year ago, 25 tackles against Arkansas. And when you think of all the great players who have ever been at Alabama, that's the most tackles a Crimson Tide player's ever had.
When you talk about tackles, you know, Derek Thomas played linebacker here, you know, along with a bunch of other superstars like Cornelius Bennett. And for that guy to have the record, that's pretty impressive.
This is a big down for Middle. They would love to convert and keep the football a little bit, if for nothing else, for field position.
Just a three-man rush by Alabama.
Marks has his man for a first down, but there is a marker, and you suspect from there the dreaded holding.
And it's a shame, because where that takes place, you have 5 blockers versus 3 rushers. I mean, there's no reason for that. Bama didn't bring any linebackers. They didn't bring any DBs. It's 5-on-3. Protection should be sound. There should be no reason for a hold right there. And the right tackle, unfortunately, gets a piece on the inside move.
On the offense, number 73. Filling is half the distance to the goal. Replay third down.
Jermail Franklin, the guilty party, wipe away a 16-yard completion to Clenard St. Teal, and instead Middle backed up with 3rd and 11.
A very impressive throw by Marks. That's hard, because they drop, if you think about it, they only rush 3. That leaves 8 guys dropped into coverage, and for him to thread the needle in between a zone like that is pretty good.
Well, I'll tell you what, everybody that has seen Clint Marks raves about him, and he is good enough to stand up to what he'll face tonight. Young man out of Fort Myers, Florida, who was a 70% passer a year ago. Bama shows blitz. Marks.
Oh,
it's a safety.
That's not good.
Marks probably would like to have that one back, and just when he got to the corner, get rid of it. He wasn't able to do it, and Bama leads 2-0.
Yeah, that's Mark Anderson. He is a monster off the edge. They have pass rushers, and I told you, here comes the linebackers too. So now you have too many guys coming for fewer protectors. And watch right here, Anderson just keeps coming, keeps contained. And Marks, that's one you got to throw away. Put that one in the stands if you can.
And that's one of those things, Pat, that you learn. You have to have that feel. They always talk about the clock going off in a quarterback's head. On that play, it didn't look like the clock quite went off.
And the thing is, there's no shame in throwing that one off to the sideline and forcing your defense to come back on the field. It's better than giving up 2 points and forcing your team to come on the field -2. So, I mean, it's a tough decision right there by Marks, but that's one he has to get rid of. Here I am. I still think he's a pretty good quarterback, but that's one you got to throw away.
And in the game of what-ifs, remember, Middle had completed a 16-yard pass to St. Teal that would have given them the first down at the 30, but instead the holding penalty sets up the safety. 2-0 Alabama.
And the decision now, the Alabama faithful were booing Coach Shula for not going it up for it on 4th down, but now look at the outcome. You get 2 points and you get the football back.
That comes under the category of bad call. Oh, wait a minute, not so bad.
That's right. That's one of those when you're playing on the basketball court and the guy shoots a bomb and you say, no, good shot.
Paul Wheeler will elect to kick off the tee. You have the option after the safety of using the tee or punting, and they elect to go with the kicking tee. Pro throw from his 22. All things considered, good special teams work and a late marker as well.
I'll tell you right now, Ronald Steed, a backup running back for Andy McCollum, has done an exceptional job on special teams. He came down as the gunner on the punt team. He's made a couple tackles, forced a fumble on the kickoff. He's really done a pretty good job, and that's a good sign.
During the return, holding on the return team, number 84. Penalty is 10 yards, first down.
Pat, I know nobody's happy about the safety, but at 2-0 Alabama late first quarter, there's some things I like about what Middle has done so far. They appear to be able to stand toe-to-toe with Alabama and defensively look like they can get some things done.
Well, what they've done defensively is just give so many different looks up front. It's been what it's supposed to be. You know, good game planning, good preparation by Andy McCollum and his staff.
Alabama huddling with their offensive coordinator, David Rader, and now they come out for their third series of the night. This is Darby, and Darby got blasted at the 30 by Jonathan Bonner. Bonner early has been an assassin for Middle defensively.
Yeah, he's an active guy, and they missed him a little bit last year, and now it's good to have him back. He's running around and making some plays on defense.
I brought up in the open that Middle, a little bit like the Tennessee Titans, a strength is linebacker because they can go about 5 deep.
Yeah, without question. Those J.K. Sabb, Bonner, and don't forget Dennis Burke. Dennis Burke's one of their best players on defense.
Bama does all this shifting around, but when it's all said and done, it's a one-back set with Darby. Croyle swings it to him. He makes Sabb miss at the 30 and is close to a first down. I'm going to say he's about a half-yard short. Bonner again brought him down. His elusiveness got him some yardage.
I'll tell you, Dennis Burke had a shot for a nice play to put him in the backfield, put him down in the backfield. He had him one-on-one in the open field, and Kenneth Darby shows his skill. Watch this move by Kenneth Darby. Gets it. It's one-on-one. Shake, upfield, and Bonner comes all the way from the backside, and he has been active, and he showed that he's one of their best defensive players without question.
3rd and a yard. Bama 0 for 2 on these third downs, but they convert here with Castile for about 3.
And I'm going to tell you what they did. They went to their big package where they put Castillo at the tailback position. He was their starting fullback before they opened up the season. They put McClain, keep him at fullback. They take their other fullback, Castillo, and put him at the tailback spot. And sure enough, he picks up the first down in a heavy package.
Castillo, the son of a former Alabama great, Jeremiah Castillo, who played here years ago.
And brother of the defensive back on the other side of the football.
A lot of Castillos, and all of them chose Bama. First down from the 40, and Croyle play fakes. Has all day long, and he's going for the bomb. Jump ball, and let's see what it is. It's an interception. It's Middle on the pick, and it's Bradley Robinson who came away with it.
He's done an incredible job defensively tonight. We watched him earlier. Great position, cut off the receiver, made a play on the football. Again, same spot, one-on-one, takes the receiver. Good help by the safety right here. Watch this. Watch the positioning, batted down. Safety does a good job of helping. Nice interception. Good play by Middle Tennessee avoiding it.
Hey, let me tell you, Andy McCollum's got to be thrilled after the safety to have that kind of defensive series.
The only thing he's not thrilled about is he's back down by the shadows of his goalposts.
Into each life some rain must fall, and now Middle's got to work out of this shadow again with that crowd behind them here at Bryant-Denny making a lot of noise.
Bradley Robinson really has played well so far defensively along with Bonner.
Gross
nice run by
got
Gross.
Really good yardage out to the 10. That is a tremendous job by Middle's offensive line to get that push.
Well, and especially trying to get up to those linebackers who are so active. The offensive line from Middle Tennessee did a good job of zoning it up, and a great cut by Gross. Don't forget that. He starts off to the right, cuts back behind the guard, and works up for a nice 7-yard gain.
They've got to get out to about the 13 to move these chains. Gross that time only got a yard to about the 10. This is not a club in Alabama that you're going to make a consistent living having to run up the middle on, and with bad field position, Andy doing what he has to, and that is keep it pretty conservative.
Well, I like what he did. He brought the 2 tight ends in, fullback back in the I formation, and he said, hey, come on, let's punch him in the mouth. And sure enough, they did on a couple plays right there. And now it's a 3rd and short, and right now they have to convert this one. They got to get out of the shadows of the goalpost.
And they're giving you the look that says they're going to throw.
3-man rush again. No, here comes the backer.
Marks on that little wide receiver screen. It worked beautifully. Saintil got the first down before he was punished by Jeffrey Dukes. But the good news is middle moves the chains.
Right, it's really a well-designed play. Watch the linemen come out too. You're going to see some big bodies floating. 79 right there. You see the big bodies coming out. 75. Hey, big guys, those big linemen love getting out on the little guys because they know they can crunch them up. They don't have to go against a 300-pounder. So anytime you run that little zip slip screen, it's a nice play.
Middle elects to let the clock run out to end the first quarter. All things considered, they've got to be very happy with where they are. The safety is what has Alabama the 2-0 lead. Back with the second quarter from Bryant-Denny Stadium. Stay tuned.
Chili cheese-ification. Chili cheese-ification. Chili cheese-ification. Chili cheese-ification.
Chili cheesify your Crystal Menu favorites with mounds and mounds of mouth-watering chili and cheese.
Results may overwhelm your taste buds. Consult Crystal in the event of chili cheesiosis.
Chili cheese-ification.
Everything must go. The Athlete's Foot at Harding Mall is closing until Thanksgiving. Stop by for huge savings on Nike, Timberland, Reebok, Adidas, and many more. We have Timberlands as low as $9.99, name brand clothing as low as $9.99 and $5.99. Hurry in today to 4052 Nolensville Road. The old Harding Mall is soon to be a super Walmart. Don't miss your chance to save on footwear and apparel. We're open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Remember, everything must go.
You get what you want at Alexander Ford Murfreesboro. Employee discount pricing. You still get it. The Ford family plan has been extended. Discounts up to 22% off on new 2005 Fords. Plus, keep the rebate up to $6,000. But there's more at Alexander Ford. Family plan pricing now includes select 2006 models. Total deep discounts up to $10,500 off at Alexander Ford Murfreesboro.
The Alexander family.
We're back here in Tuscaloosa. That score is correct. Clint Marks was tackled in the end zone for Alabama. That resulted in the 2 points for Alabama against the MTSU quarterback. But, Pat, I'm going to contend that the first quarter was played exactly the way Andy McCollum would have drawn it up on the board.
Well, yes and no. I mean, of course, he wants to have the lead and be winning by 50 if he could. But in reality, I mean, they really played exceptional defensively. And you look at right there, the numbers. They've held Kenneth Darby and that Alabama offensive rushing attack to 10 yards. And in big part, it's by those active linebackers. And then in the secondary, those guys have stood up.
Middle converted on third down, 3rd and 3 a moment ago on a very good call by offensive coordinator Darren Henshaw on that slip screen, and Saintil did the rest for about an 11-yard gain. So we open the second quarter. Middle with a 3 wide receiver set. And Marks will throw against it. And Marks is in trouble. Is it a fumble? The answer is no. Incomplete pass will make it second down. Terrence Jones, an outside linebacker, was the man who hit Clint Marks.
And I know this might sound bad, but this is actually not bad for MTSU because Alabama's being forced to bring more players. They have to go back to working those under routes and those shorter routes off of those man coverages, because anytime you're bringing extra guys, somebody's playing man-to-man.
Pat, a freshman, Alex Suber, is MTSU's tailback right now, and we are told great things about him, among those being that he can fly. We may get a chance to see him right now. Suber looked quick.
Yeah, nice, and that's a nice run, and it's a good job by the offensive line for MTSU. You know, they've really kind of got into the defensive lineman here for Alabama and started to move some bodies, at least creating gaps. Many times plays designed to go off the right side, whether it's behind the right tackle or the right guard, but the way the defense stunts or slants, the hole sometimes breaks out the backside, and here's Stuber breaking it out the backside right there.
Middle still has 20 seconds left on the play clock. And so Marks has the ability here to change the play if he needs to.
But it can get loud in here, and that sometimes makes it more difficult. Here comes extra pressure again.
Oh, it does get loud in here. Marks under a heavy blitz, and he had no chance whatsoever. There is also a penalty marker down. Give Jeremy Clark the quarterback sack if the play stands.
I think this could be on the defense. It looked like they had somebody up in there. Let's find out. Let's see the reaction of the MTSU kids. They should start pointing. Are they pointing? No. Then it's
illegal formation on the offense, number 73. The tackle not lined up on the line of scrimmage. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
Let me tell you what's happening is the tackles are backing up because they see so much pressure. They're trying to find out who they have to block. If there's a guy outside of them, the tackle's responsible for him. Well, the tackle fans out, and somebody comes right up the gut, and it's Clark.
Pat Bobby Gaston, the supervisor of officials in the SEC, was on my radio show earlier this morning in Nashville, and he said getting everybody up to the line of scrimmage is one of those points of emphasis this year, and I think they kind of proved it right there. Second kick of the night for Middle.
Short.
And that's probably to MTSU's advantage. Pro throw not able to field.
Right.
Bama with excellent field position. A minute and a half into the second quarter. 2-0 Alabama as the Tide takes over.
And we got another flag down, I think. This could be a formation too again.
Flag on the play.
And I think I think they're going to call a formation again on MTSU right here. Let's find out. Yep. They're trying that little it's kind of a diversion punt formation where they group a cluster over to the right side of the snapper, and they have 3 guys and the punter himself on call. That cluster will run in and set a formation to punt the ball away.
What is it you're hoping to catch in that?
Well, you're really...
The penalty is declined. 1st down.
You're trying to force them to adjust their return or give yourself maybe a chance down the road to run a trick play off of that.
Early second quarter here in Tuscaloosa. Tuscaloosa defense has ruled the game so far. 2-0 Tide.
Some people have a sweet tooth.
Ranch!
Me? I've got a ranch tooth.
Ranch? Ranch? Ranch! Ranch!
I get these insane cravings for Wendy's Monterey Ranch sandwiches.
Ranch, ranch, ranch.
I mean,
ranch,
it's way out of control.
Ranch, ranch.
Tell your stupid ranch tooth to shut up!
Ranch?
Wendy's Monterey Ranch Chicken and Cheeseburger. Creamy ranch with bacon and Monterey Jack. Now for a limited time.
Ranch.
Do Wendy's. Do what tastes right.
Lower your handicap at Golf Etc., your full-service golf shop in Murfreesboro. Find everything you need to lower your score, like proven name brand clubs and apparel, or try our computerized swing analysis for custom-built and name brand clubs. We have complete repair facilities to keep your clubs in peak performance. Golf Etc. is also home to great gift ideas. Lower your score at Golf Etc., now open in Murfreesboro in the Kroger Complex across from Indian Hills Golf Course.
Get the bottom line now during Nissan's model year-end clearance. The bottom line on the all-new mid-size Nissan Frontier and the full-size Titan. With 2% financing or $3,000 cash back on the V8 Nissan Titan King Cab. See your Nissan dealer now. Clearance time happens once a year. And that's the bottom line.
Well, we welcome all of you back into Tuscaloosa. George Plaster, Pat Sperduto with you. Alabama
I think, Dave,
about
a lot
to
of people
work
expected
with
him to come out and be Superman in the first quarter, maybe a little bit disappointed, but look for him to be strong here in quarter number 2. In the first scrimmage of preseason camp, he was 0 for his first 5 passing, finished that scrimmage somewhere in the neighborhood of 14 out of 20 for over 200 yards and 5 touchdowns. Once things get going, they tend to really go well in his favor. Hopefully that'll start here in quarter number 2 for the Crimson Tide.
Alabama with the short field to work with, and Croyle goes right to the air. Finds his man inside MTSU's 40, and Ezekiel Knight gets all the way down to the 37.
All right, looks like he steps out at the 37. Good play call. Let's work the tight ends. Right here, Ezekiel Knight comes down. They make it look like it's play action. He peels back out. Nice grab, nice catch, nice throw.
Pat, why is that play so hard to defend? Because you see the fake one way, roll the other, and it always seems to work.
Whenever you see an aggressive defense, they play the ball.
And they go right up the middle and getting good yardage inside the 35 to about the 34 goes
Glenn Coffey.
Coffey seeing his first action of the night.
All right, little change up, get Darby out, get him some rest. Like I said, it's a hot night, so you got to get a lot of these guys some work, and basically to prevent cramps, and especially a guy that's coming off an injury, hasn't played in a little bit, hey, make sure you keep him fresh.
Bama started this drive with the short field back at their own 48. They run Coffey again, and he has first down yardage to the 25, and it was Middle's secondary that had to bring him down. Keon Raymond tackling Coffey after a gain of 8.
And they ran the old counter tray with the guard and the tackle. Watch the guard and the tackle come across, kick out the end, turn it up, take on the backer, get to the second level. Once he gets to the second level, that's all she wrote.
Coffey is a change of pace. Did quite well for Mike Shula.
I think Darby's more of a pounded off the tackles type of guy, and I think Coffey is more of an adjustment type of guy.
Darby back in the game as Alabama approaches what in their case truly is the red zone. Croyle to the air. Raymond almost had himself a pick, but a little too far and incomplete.
And you see they go back to the other side. They don't want to mess with a defender on the left side, Bradley Robinson, so they go back to Keon Raymond, and they're trying to pick on him, but he does a nice job, works the same positioning that we saw earlier. Fend him off, get your butt to him, turn inside, you can make a play on the ball.
Pat, I'll tell you what, I've been impressed with Middle's secondary.
Yeah, they've done a good job. They really, I think Middle's defense in general, I know Coach Kreiner, the new defensive coordinator, has done a really good job of getting these guys active flying around.
They run the draw, and Darby gets to the corner and gets inside the 20 before he's brought down. 6-yard pickup, and again, Jonathan Bonner, who has been one of Middle's most active defenders tonight, is there for the tackle.
Right, and right here you see good block by the right tackle. Does a good job of pushing down the defensive tackle. The end holds the edge, and up comes the backers.
Third down and a long 3 to go. The ball spotted between.
If Bama does not convert here, they will have to use a field goal kicker in Ryan Saxby, who has been brought off kind of an emergency deal. Jamie Christensen was suspended from this game, and we found out about it just moments before the kickoff. Croyle completes, gets the first down, and Knight struggles to the 12.
Knight's a good football player. He made a big catch earlier, set up this drive, and now again Knight comes back on the crosser right in front of those linebackers. He knows the depth that he has to get to, gets to the depth, first down.
Croyle going with the short stuff here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, it's out.
On the play, first down, Alabama.
Right there you see just fight and get the first down, and then linebackers come swarming.
Play fake by Croyle, caught inside the 10. And getting to about the 6 is DJ Hall before he's brought down. Good yardage on first down to bring up 2nd and 4.
And many people don't understand that what this little passing game is being set up by is the effectiveness of Coffey running the ball earlier in this drive. Once Coffey got a chance to move the ball on the ground, they have to respect the run. Earlier they shut down the run, which in turn allowed the defenders, the linebackers, to help out a little bit in coverage. And they're working those linebackers now to get them out of the box.
Alabama in the middle of about a 3.5-minute drive with a short field. 2nd and 4, Darby up the middle, darts and weaves, and may have 1st and goal inside Middle's 3.
Again, the inside of that line, especially the center. We talked about J.B. Klausner a little bit in the introductions. He's a good center, and he right now is getting an effective push right off the base of the offensive line.
A year ago, Darby, who is coming out of the game, had 8 touchdowns. I'm surprised he's not staying.
Well, they're going inside with the jumbo package. Look for the 2 fullbacks, 19 and 33 in there, and sure enough, they're in there with the 2 tights. You see them right there, the fullback McLean, and the tailback is Castile, who is really another fullback.
Castile to the goal line, but did not get in. Alabama's offensive line tried to push him over, but the officials would have nothing of it. He's short of the goal line by maybe a half yard.
And this is Alabama really just saying, hey, we're bigger and we're badder, and now they're going to go 3 tights and 2 fullbacks right here.
So they've gone jumbo squared.
Right, well, it's heavy and jumbo, or whatever you want to call it. Jumbo and jumbo 2, you're right.
It's just big and bigger.
Right, big and bigger. Some people call it big, and some people call it jumbo. Some people call it heavy. Use your own acronym.
Castile touchdown. That was simply what Pat said, that Alabama said, we're bigger, we're stronger, we'll make it happen. 52-yard touchdown drive on the short field, and they go up 8-0.
And you see where they run it right behind the center, number 74, J.B. Klausner. Take a look right here. The center and the fullback. Block down, kick out. It's your old ISO play. You'll see a lot of this, I think, this year from Alabama. That's their big group, and every time they get 3rd and short, 4th and short, or goal line, here they come.
Saxby's extra point right down the middle. 6 minutes into the 2nd quarter, Alabama back on the scoreboard. They lead Middle 9-0 here in Tuscaloosa.
Looking for that classic chopper look? Honda of Cool Springs has just what you're looking for. The 2006 Shadow VLX offers custom hardtail style, and it's also equipped with tons of power. While you're here, check out the 2006 Honda 4Trax Rancher. This Rancher is pure 4Trax with proven durability and superb performance. See it now at Honda of Cool Springs, Middle Tennessee's only powerhouse Honda dealer.
Montgomery Bell Academy, home of the gentleman, scholar, and athlete since 1867. Middle Tennessee's only college preparatory boys' school for grades 7 through 12, upholding a tradition of excellence in academics, athletics, and the fine arts, producing the 2005 National Championship debate teams, recent state championship football and baseball teams, and leading the state in national merit scholars. MBA offers a balance of perspectives with students from 19 public and 17 private schools, now accepting applications for 2006.
Relax into it. You got it. Get over here. You gotta get your head in the game. You're stepping in the bucket. Your mechanics are miserable. What are you thinking about? Again? You gotta be kidding me. Get over there.
He's thinking about Arby's Bacon Cheddar Melts. Come in and get 2 of them for just $3. It's an amazing deal on a delicious sandwich that'll have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's.
10 plays, 51 yards. The Alabama touchdown drive capped off by Tim Castile's 1-yard run. It's 9-0 Alabama almost midway through the 2nd quarter. Pat, when Middle gets the football back, an absolutely critical series for them. They've got to make some things happen offensively.
Yeah, they do. If they don't have a chance to move the ball, this could be a long night for the Blue Raiders. But you see here, this drive, how it worked, they did a good job of using McKnight. He's listed as a wide receiver at 6'3", 220 pounds, but they use him almost as a wide receiver slash H-back slash tight end, and he did a lot of damage on the understuff, but really the running of Coffey and the running of Darby set it up.
St. Teal sent 4 yards deep into the end zone, thinks better of it. Middle will start at the 20. Pat, we knew this would be a difficult assignment for Clint Marks' offense. Based on what you've seen so far, what can work?
Well, they got to get Bama to basically get those backers back out of the box. Those guys are all up there, they're all tight, and it's becoming very difficult for Clint Marks to even get the football out. I mean, when you're bringing 7 and you're only blocking 6, that's not a good ratio. They got to do something, a little more of just getting it out, getting the ball out of his hands. He has the ball in his hands way too long. In fairness, they have been saddled with miserable field position, once because of an interception, another time because of a punt. Marks hits his receiver, and Shane Teal gets a block on the corner, and he gets good yardage to the MTSU 43. I don't know who sprung him the block on the corner, but that got him about 13 extra. Well, I think it was the other receiver. Watch Santil. He's just running a little dig route inside of the receiver. Watch up in slant. Actually, it's just a slant route. Catches it, says, whoop, too many red shirts there. Let me get back outside. Off he goes. What? And then you see number 3 right there with the block. Tell me I didn't sign up for that. The whoop. Chris Henry gets a nice block right there on the edge. People, please do not turn down your volume. 23. Discretion is the better part of valor. There's too much red in there. Let me get out of here. It's also the better part of whatever you just did. That's going to be 5 yards. Middle moved early on the right side, and that'll cost them 5 before they snap it. And the big man, Jermail Franklin, is struggling a little bit. He's had a holding penalty and a couple offsides.
Ball start. On the offense, number 73. Penalty 5 yards. Remains first down.
The big boy's got to settle down just a bit over there, and I'm sure that's what Clint Marks. Hey, come on, big fella, I need you. All 6'7", 315. You see, yeah, his numbers aren't bad, 5 for 6, but it doesn't show you another stat, sacks. I think he's been sacked twice. He's been harassed 5 or 6 times, and he did a good job of getting it out right there. Get that clock going, like you said, in his head. 1, 2, 3, adios. You think the clock in his head ever says adios? I don't know. 1st and 15. It said adios there. They've got the perfect call. The screen off the blitz, and Suber is close to the first down, about 2 short. They caught Bama in the perfect play. Right, and Jeffrey Dukes makes a big tackle right there, or Stuber goes bye-bye. You see here, watch, Stuber's in the backfield, little slip out. Nice job by Marks buying himself one more beat. Slips it down to Stuber. Good block by the big fella, number 60, the left offensive tackle. He gets out there. That's Willie Hall. Makes a block. I told you, those big fellas love hitting little guys. Almost a free play here. From 1st and 15, you go to 2nd and 2, where you've got any number of options. Suber has the first down and a bunch more to the 44, but there is a little bit of Alabama's quickness. Anthony Madison made the tackle. When that play started, you thought it was going big. Right, and Suber right here, you were right, he's pretty electrifying. You see him, he does a good job of just getting up right away into the line of scrimmage, and Madison has to make the tackle. A very important series for Andy Mack's offense. And they're moving it now. They've done a nice job, very balanced, and they go back to the I formation here. This is Suber again, and he runs into the middle of what looks like a redwood forest to get 2, maybe 3. Yeah, you see right there, that's the old Bear Bryant there. You take those big monsters, you stick them up on the line. It don't matter what defense you run, because they can handle everybody. You know, I keep hearing about all these scholarship limitations that Alabama has faced, and certainly they have, but on defense, it doesn't look like they have suffered at all because of it. I'm going to say this, tradition reigns supreme. That's something Andy Mack wants to develop at MTSU. That's something Coach Mike Shula has here at Alabama. 4 wide receiver set. Marks gets it out of there in a hurry, but a good defensive play. Madison came within an eyelash of making it 15-0. He read that like his favorite bedtime novel. You see right there, he just jumps it immediately. Marks goes, quick slip. Madison's gone. Adios. That was dangerous. Now it's 3rd and 8. Middle needs to convert and keep their defense off the field for a while. Take a peek at number 93, Bobby Greenwood.
Bama's players asking their crowd to respond, and as you can see, they are doing that.
Makes it difficult to check into anything. You got to use hand signals.
Play clock at 1.
Good job. Now that's a good job by a quarterback. Hey, you know you're in trouble. You can't get the check. The last thing you want is a free guy coming on you. That's smart football right there by the quarterback. I got to give him credit. And now you see Andy Mack calming down his big right tackle Franklin, telling him, "Hey, relax, big fella. We got a long road."
9-0 Bama. Back in a moment.
On the WB Monday, don't miss a bonus episode of Seventh Heaven.
I'm sure I'm fine. Did they tell you were fine?
Seventh Heaven.
Monday at 7 on WB 58.
One Tree Hill's new home is the WB Wednesday.
I used to destroy guys like you.
This summer, prepare for the new season now.
I want you to stop working with Chris.
I won't do that.
On a new night and time.
I'm married.
One Tree Hill.
Wednesday night at 7 on WB 58.
Hey, at Pizza Hut, when you buy a pizza, you can get up to 5 fully loaded mediums for just $5 each.
Fully loaded? $5. Like a meat lover? $5. Or a Supreme? $5. Tomato and bacon? $5. Pepperoni and olives. Chicken, ham, and olives.
Hey,
what? He started it. No, I didn't. Did too.
Right now at Pizza Hut, order any medium or large pizza at menu price, and you can get up to 5 more fully loaded mediums for just $5 each. Fully loaded, not a wimpy one topping like the other guys.
Next time, we'll get ham and pineapple.
Oh, he's killing me. Gather around the good stuff.
Hot summer pre-owned clearance. Now at Alexander Chevrolet Cadillac, we must reduce our pre-owned inventory. We're offering extreme price reductions on huge selections of pre-owned vehicles. Many local one-owner trades. Vehicles that are so like new, they still qualify for new car financing. Many still under new car factory warranty. Every vehicle has passed our 130-point quality inspection. The deals are hot. The prices are low. At Alexander Chevrolet Cadillac in Murfreesboro.
The Alexander family.
Hot summer pre-owned clearance.
Well, in this crowd of 81,000 plus are roughly 4,000 folks from the Middle Tennessee area on the other side of the stadium down toward the left, and they would love the chance to make some noise right here. MTSU down 9-0 has a 3rd and 8 from Alabama's 42. This is a play they would love to convert on.
Yeah, I'm very, you know, this is a big one. This is a chance for them to get right back in the game. Here comes pressure. They're bringing it. The house.
Marks got just enough time, and it's a first down to Williams inside the 30. And Pat, that was the key. He got just enough time against those 7 Alabama defenders.
And Andy Mack loves Williams. He's a young kid. He's really a good football player. He's very excited about him. Watch Marks. Good poise. Hey, nice job by the front picking up those 7 rushers.
Williams, a non-qualifier initially, but passed the ACT late in the summer, and Middle's glad he did after the 15-yard gain. They run the option. Suber with some speed inside the 25. You like what he shows you here in the second quarter.
Suber's done a nice job of changing the pace. Marks pitches that ball a little bit early. You know, when you run the option, the best thing to do is to string that as long as you can, force somebody to come to you. You see Suber tapping out right there.
Yeah, but if I'm him, I'm saying to you, listen, you want to get hit? Go ahead.
Well, he's been hit a
gotten
bunch
clobbered
tonight.
a couple of times.
Hey, I'll tell you, this Tide defense, hey, the Pub is not overrated. They are serious.
They give Suber only a yard. They say he stepped out at the 25.
Here they come again. This time a safety too.
Gross, a big hole, a first down inside the 15. Eugene Gross got 10. Pretty good work by the offensive line, Pat.
Absolutely. Watch the cut here off of Gross. Like I said, designed to go right. Everybody zone blocks, get that back pad, and Gross cuts back across the grain. These two backs are pretty good, Gross and Stuber. They have a nice balance where they can change the pace. And right now, the Bama defense has got to be thinking, hey, this ain't us. Let's go get them.
Middle has driven 66 yards so far after starting at their 20. This is by far their deepest penetration of the game.
Excellent balance in this drive.
Marks has a man open, touchdown.
I love that play.
Nick McAfee, off a series of play fakes, gets middle pay dirt.
What a play fake. Marks, a magician back there, fakes one way, fakes the reverse, and then jump passes the ball. Watch Marks right here. Play fake, fake the reverse, then get it out there. He sees the big fella on Madison, and he got it. Nice play fake, nice play call, and sure enough, they hit pay dirt.
Nick McAfee out of Marietta, Georgia, gets middle on the board, and it caps off an 80-yard drive that was absolutely what the doctor ordered. And listen to how quiet this place got.
Stunned.
Extra point is good. Middle on about a 3-minute touchdown drive of their own. They're back in it. The safety is the difference right now.
80 yards. Now, 14-yard touchdown pass.
Palaio's defines the 4 major food groups. Steaks, aged, top choice beef, hickory grilled to perfection. Italian, Palaio's way, made from scratch using family recipes. Seafood, always fresh, just like at the beach. And Southern Comforts, our tribute to great Southern taste with down-home cooking. Our chefs use only fresh ingredients and unique tastes that define the 4 major food groups. Come taste the difference at Palaio's Grill. Southern roots, Italian heritage.
What can blue do for you?
Come see what blue can do for you. Tickets on sale now at 1-888-YES-MTSU.
Bama Toyota, Pontiac, GMC, and pre-owned Supercenter's 96-hour sale. 4 days, 96 hours, 1,500 cars available. This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Hundreds must be sold. Everything's on sale. Thousands of new cars, Toyotas, Scions, Pontiacs, GMCs. Hundreds of used cars, Toyotas, Lexus, Chevrolets, Fords, Hondas, Nissans, Acuras, Dodges, and more. No payments till 2006. Top dollar for your trade. Credit problems? First-time buyers? Beeman's 96-hour sale. This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Beeman Toyota, Scion, Pontiac, GMC. Downtown on Broadway.
Middle kicks to Alabama, and Prothro gets to the 30, but there are flags all over the place, which likely means that Alabama will be pushed back. Middle goes 9 plays, 80 yards on a 3-minute touchdown drive, and Pat, the play call and the execution was a thing of beauty.
I was thinking the same thing in the break. I said Darren Henshaw, former Nashville Cat, believe it or not, makes a nice play call, mixes it up very well, and that was one of the keys to the game for the MTSU defense, was keep Bama off balance by making them guess, and they had them guessing on what they were going to do. Really impressive drive, and if you're Joe Kynes here on the Alabama sideline, you got to be saying, hey fellas, come on. There's no way that they should go down there and do that to us. And if you're on the MTSU
face mask against the defense. The penalty is 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
Wow, I spoke a little early. You assume when you see that happen that it's against the receiving team. Unfortunately, it was not, and Mike Shula's team starts again with a short field from its own 45.
All right, playing the short field, it's an easier deal. You got all the plays in your book. You don't have to worry about anything. But if you're Andy Mack and the MTSU coaching staff, hey, you responded. Now your defense really has to step up here, and Coach Kreiner's defense has to swarm around and make plays. The first downs are the key for them. They have to force Alabama to second and longs.
Bama works out of the eye with Darby, and he got hit right at the line of scrimmage. Submarined by a couple of Blue Raiders. J.K. Sabb, the first of several. Jonathan Bonner was in there as well. Looked like the touchdown got that side motivated.
Yeah, they got off the football. Hey, don't underestimate what Jeff Littlejohn and Quentin Staten have done up front. Those two defensive tackles have taken on a pretty good Alabama offensive line. And Staten, a former offensive lineman himself, in his first defensive game.
Little nervousness running through this Bryant-Denny Stadium crowd at the moment. Croyle gets the noise meter going back with a strike to Keith Brown. 15 yards and a first down. Brown may be their best wide receiver, and he had a pretty good cushion there.
I'm going to say this. He's all they pubbed him up to be. Hey, the hype is not fake on that kid. They said when we came in here that this guy is the best receiver, and the puppy, he can play football.
Brown out of Gulfport, Mississippi, and one of many players a little worried about things going on down to the south. That's Darby in motion, leading Brody Croyle to the air, and right down the middle. Prothrow looked like he heard footsteps.
He alligator that one, and Prothrow, a good football player. You usually don't see a guy like that drop that football, but he saw Raymond coming, and he started to get a little bit nervous.
Jeremiah Weaver was there as well. Watch this, because it looked to me that he heard
nice throw. Nice throw, good spot, and here they come. Weaver coming on the headhunter shot.
And Prothrow goes to the sideline, and my guess is not everybody over there is happy with him.
I wouldn't think so.
Instead of a 30-yard gain.
And here's that 2nd and long again. Now this is a big play for them. They have to establish the line of scrimmage here.
Darby.
Sure enough.
Nothing.
Superb job by the big fella, number 91.
Quentin Staten.
I told you he was a former offensive guard, started offensive guard last year for them. Andy Mack decided to move him over to defense, and he has been a very good addition to this defense. He's stout in there. He works hard. He's very energetic. Hey, when you get guys like that inside, they can make plays, and sure enough, Staten, you see him getting revved up. It's 3rd and long. Hey, let us go get him.
What do you think? Maybe the biggest defensive play of the night so far for Middle?
Well, for MTSU, they have to stop him. And if you're talking about Alabama's offense, you have to feel pretty good about what Brody Croyle has done, except for the interception, and that's not good.
Bama moved early. It was Kyle Tatum on the right side, and Mike Shula not appreciative at all, saying, "Don't do that."
Yeah, that's you know, 3rd, and now it brings a 3rd and 15, and maybe you had something that you could have worked underneath. The underneath stuff isn't as good.
Ball start on the offense, number 58, penalty 5 yards, remains 3rd down.
Right, now Coach McCullum comes back with his nickel package. He brings in an extra DB and an extra strong safety, actually a dime package. When you have 5 DBs, it's nickel. When you have 6, it's dime. They have 6 DBs in there versus the 4 receivers for Alabama.
Bama in a 4 wide receiver package. They need 15 plus to keep it going.
Good.
Croyle gets out of trouble and hits Castile, but short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 4, and now Mike Shula has a decision with a very young, inexperienced kicker.
Right, they're at the 35-yard line, so it's kind of no man's land, and my gut feeling tells me he goes for it here. Yep, he's going for it here. You see them signaling in the grouping. They're going to stay with the 4 wides and the 1 back. Here comes the play call. Croyle's got it, and off to the huddle.
And they're throwing here.
Oh, yeah, I would assume either that or don't be surprised if he scrambles. You see another wholesale change. And now they come with 7 defensive backs and 3 linemen.
And Middle,
right.
Middle trying to take time out,
right.
And that's a good call. It was Eric Walden who stepped in and said, wait a minute, we're not totally ready here. Right. And I think that's a smart timeout.
A late change, a late substitution change, and it kind of threw them off kilter. They call timeout, smart move. It's a big play. If they can get the stop here, they can take the ball near midfield again.
9-7 is our score as we are very late in the first half. George Plaster, Pat Sperduto with you. Glad to have you with us on this opening night of college football for 2005. And is there a better surrounding than this? This is someplace.
It's pretty impressive, and lights are on, and it's pretty, and you see a lot of red, and you see the blue corner of Middle Tennessee State, and really Brody Croyle's had a pretty good night. And you see right there that kid Brown. You're going to hear that name for a long time, not just the 3 or 4 years he's got here at Alabama. You'll probably start hearing that on Sundays in about 5-6 years.
Pat, give me your assessment of how Mike Shula has done so far since he's been there.
Well, I think Coach Shula is an exceptional coach. He really, you know, he brought a pro-style offense in here, and, you know, after that first year, he was hired so late. you know, you got to give him a mulligan on that first year. He comes back the second year and deals with a bunch of injuries. This is a make or break year for him because his program has so much tradition. You expect them to be in the top 10, top 15 teams in the country, and he's trying to show that, led by a great defense. He's done a good job, and the hardest thing I think for a pro coach to go back to college is recruiting, but I think he's adapted very well.
Maybe the biggest play of the first half. 4th and 5 for Alabama. Middle shows blitz. Croyle has time.
Nice.
Incomplete. Excellent defensive play by Keon Raymond. Middle has held.
Right, they try to get the little stack route to McKnight. McKnight pushes off. What he does is he drives into the DB, tries to get him on his heels. Raymond plant and drive. Excellent coverage.
And now if you're Middle's offense, you would like to burn that final 3.5 minutes. Whether you score or not, you don't want Alabama to touch it again.
I'm going to say one thing. If you're MTSU, you want to score. If you're Alabama, you're telling your defense, hey, stick them. I want the ball back now. Go get them. And Joe Kynes, I think, will bring the house, the kitchen sink, the refrigerator, a bathtub, and everything else.
Enough. I got the point.
Mark's back. They got the eye for him.
Don't bring anything else out of that kitchen. They go with Gross, and he finds big yardage, and he's very close to a first down at the 45.
And what he did was he squeezed out of there. Nice tackle by Harper down the field. But, hey, when your safeties are making tackles, that's not a good sign for a defense. So that's one thing they got to take a peek. The pulling guard comes in, cleans it up. Nice block by the guard. Really makes a fantastic block, the left guard for MTSU. And that's Brandon Nix coming across and kicking out the defensive tackle.
They give Gross the 10 yards to move the chains. Under 3 minutes to play in the half. This time, Gross buried at the 40.
No way, Jose.
And Jose, in this case, was Mark Anderson out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, for a 5-yard loss.
He's played good football this first half. Mark Anderson, defensive end, played a bunch last year. You see him this year. He's had the big safety right there earlier by keeping contained on the quarterback, Clint Marks, in the end zone. And now this time, great penetration. Driving into the offensive backfield, you wreak havoc. When you got defensive ends that can do that type of damage, it's good things. And right there you see Joe Kynes saying, hey, let's go, fellas, let's go get them.
Middle's got a lot of time. They were very late getting the play clock started. They've still got 10 on the play clock. And so Mark's doing the smart thing and taking his sweet time about it.
Uh-oh.
Before the play, another penalty flag. There have been a bunch of them early, which has given Terry Brown almost as much airtime as Pat. That just seemed so easy.
Apropos.
Ball start. On the offense. Number 60. Still is 5 yards. Remains second down.
And I'll guarantee you, Brown's saying, I really don't want the airtime.
I'm sure he doesn't. That's the left tackle this time. That's Willie Hall, who's another pretty good athlete for a big man. People don't realize those big fellas, you know, they're pretty impressive. When you realize, you go down there and you see how big those kids are, you realize they're only 18, 19, 20 years old, and they're 6'7", 315, or 6'5", 295.
One thing the penalty does do, even though you really don't want it this way, it allows Middle to milk another 20 to 25 seconds, which is exactly what they're doing right now.
Right. Marks takes a timeout right here.
And as he goes over to the sidelines, his coaching staff didn't look all that happy.
No, he's getting an earful right there from the running backs coach. That's not fun.
All things considered, though, if it were to stay 9-7 going to the intermission, Andy Mack's team has to be pretty happy. They have done some things offensively that indicate that they've got a chance to move against this club. And defensively, I like their plan.
Well, defensively, they've swarmed, and really, like you said earlier, the secondary has done a pretty good job of standing and holding their own. I mean, if you can keep those linebackers up in the box and your secondary can cover a little bit, hey, you can shut them down without question. And defensively for Alabama, you know, really the MTSU offense kind of kept them off kilter. It goes back to what I said, one of the keys to the game, keep them guessing. They kept that Alabama defense guessing, and when they got to guess, it's not as easy. When they can just play their stuff, it's a lot easier.
I want you to consider this. I know this is dangerous when I start doing this. The screen worked big earlier. 2nd and 20, you're not likely to pick up that big a chunk, but if you could get half of it here, I don't think the screen's a bad call.
No, I love screens on 2nd and long. I think it's a fitting time for a screen even. Or maybe even go back to a reverse, but that defense is too fast to run a reverse. Here come the backers. Now they're checking back out, so they'll play zone.
On 2nd and 20, they stay very conservative, and Gross got back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. D'Amico Ryans, he was the first of a bunch.
Right, and we haven't called his name that much, but he's a serious football player. Hey, that guy swarms and runs around like a madman, and he's but Bonner for MTSU has done just as good a job tonight, being very active. Look for Anderson, that edge guy.
Ryan's definitely an NFL player in his future.
No question in my mind.
Middle with 3rd and a bundle, and Mark's looking at the clock because they've been able to bleed it down to almost a minute.
Right, 3-man rush coming, so they should be able to handle them offensively up front.
Marks stays conservative. Same Teal hit at the 38. I like the call because it's safe.
What you do is you take a chance. If he splits it, he's gone. Great. If he doesn't split it, hey, it is what it is. And Bama takes a timeout saying, hey, maybe we can go after the punt. Maybe we can get a good return by pro throw, and then put ourselves in a position to at least try to get 3 points on the board. But the defense for Alabama, I like Anderson. He's a good football player. Obviously, Ryans is a superstar. Their corners have played very well. Madison making a couple plays and Castile making a couple plays. You know, they have the basic fundamentals for a solid defense for quite a while. And they're senior laden. You think about it, you know, they have seven, 8 seniors starting on that defense. So this is a team with a bunch of experience defensively.
Would you consider kicking out of bounds here to keep it away from pro throw?
Yeah, just because your defense has played so well. You know, the hardest thing is when you try to kick out of bounds. Sometimes you go out of bounds too early, and you give them the ball at the 35, 40-yard line, which you don't want to do either.
I asked that question. He returned 100 a year ago in a game against Western Carolina. So he has that kind of breakaway speed, and in a game where you have played really the way, the style in which you want to play.
It's definitely conducive, without question. I mean, they have played exactly like you said, the style that they want to play.
Alabama has also been one of the better punt block teams in the country. Maybe
right
Virginia Tech, the best in the last 10 years. Alabama's been up there. So Colby Smith has his work cut out. And he does a nice job. This is a line drive kick. Pro throw from his 19. Pro throw dancing, excellent special teams work. About a 5-yard return and only 36 seconds left.
Right, and Steed again makes another tackle on the punt team. He's a good football player. He's contributed immediately on special teams. Guys like that you don't pay a lot of attention to because he's not the starting running back or he's not the starting linebacker or defensive end or whatever. But those contributions that they can make on special teams are critical. And a guy like that who's a 2nd or 3rd stringer, when he can produce there, it's good news.
In this scenario a year ago, when Brody Croyle was hurt, Alabama absolutely would have made no attempt with 36 seconds left to score. But because he's so good, there's a chance they try it. We'll see.
Well, they got 4 wides in there, so there's a good chance that they're going to try to go on him. Draw.
Castile, maybe a yard.
Nice
and
job.
That's
Guess who?
Likely the final play of the first half. Jonathan Bonner has been everywhere in the first half.
Without question, is MTSU's defensive MVP tonight so far. He has been fantastic, making a bunch of tackles, involved, active. Good player.
Final play of the first half.
I don't even think they'll run one.
And Mike Shula's team content to go to the locker room with a 2-point lead and kind of a murmur here at Bryant-Denny. In fact, more than a little murmur. That's the sound of a boo. On MTSU's side, those 4,000 Blue Raiders fans saluting their team for a very good first half of football.
Excellent battle.
Middle Tennessee State, 7.
9-7 Alabama here at the intermission. 30 minutes of football left as both teams head to the locker room, and we'll find out what the adjustments are on both sides. Bama leading by 2.
Hi, I'm Porter Wagner. You know, for 20 years, Drycon has cleaned my carpets. What I like about them is they never high pressure you to sell you more than you need, and in 30 minutes, you can get back on your carpet. Recently, I remodeled my house. Drycon come clean my air ducts out. You'd not believe some of the things they found in there. There was blonde hair, they found lipstick tubes. They even found a little note in there that said, "I'll always love you." I'll always love you, Drycon.
Relax into it. You got it. Get over here. You got to get your head in the game. You're stepping in the bucket. Your mechanics are miserable. What are you thinking about? Again? You got to be kidding me. Get over there.
He's thinking about Arby's Bacon Cheddar Melts. Come in and get 2 of them for just $3. It's an amazing deal on a delicious sandwich that'll have you saying, "I'm thinking Arby's."
Start a new journey. Chart a new course. Go a new way. Discover the new Infinities at the Infiniti Limited Engagement Summer Event. Like the all-new Infiniti M, winner of Car and Driver's 2005 Sports Sedan Comparison Test. See your Infiniti dealer for attractive lease and finance rates. But don't wait too long. Infiniti's limited engagement ends September 6th.
Hey, at Pizza Hut, when you buy a pizza, you can get up to 5 fully loaded mediums for just $5 each.
Fully loaded? $5. Like a meat lover? $5. Or supreme? $5. Tomato and bacon? $5. Pepperoni and olives. Chicken, ham, and olives.
Hey!
What? He started it.
No, I didn't.
Did too.
Right now at Pizza Hut, order any medium or large pizza at menu price and you can get up to 5 more fully loaded mediums for just $5 each. Fully loaded, not a wimpy one topping like the other guys.
Next time, we'll get ham and pineapple.
Oh, he's killing me.
Gather around the good stuff.
Defensive tackle. When I travel in the off-season, the only car rental company I use is Access Car Rental. They have every size vehicle with the lowest rates. If you need something large, they've got it. Minivans, Explorers, Expeditions, and Excursions, all with DVD players. They also have 12 and 15 passenger vans at great low rates. With 36 convenient locations across Tennessee, Access Car Rental has a location near you. Get access. Call or visit the website to reserve your vehicle today.
Get the bottom line now during Nissan's model year-end clearance. The bottom line on the all-new mid-size Nissan Frontier and the full-size Titan. With 2% financing or $3,000 cash back on the V8 Nissan Titan King Cab. See your Nissan dealer now. Clearance time happens once a year. And that's the bottom line.
Through the magic of television, it's halftime in Tuscaloosa, but we are actually back in Blue Raider Central, if you want to call it that. I'm joined by MTSU's athletic director, Chris Massaro. Chris, this is a beautiful room we're in, which is kind of a little bit of the theme of what we're going to talk about, and that is the facility upgrades at MTSU.
Well, absolutely, and look around, and we're in the middle of the women's locker room, and this is a fantastic facility, and it's really going to help Coach Insel recruit. And it's part of our program, George. We want to be a first-class Division I with all of our institutions, with all of our facilities, and we're going to make it happen.
Now, people say with money as tight as it is that it's no big deal. It's a huge deal in recruiting, isn't it?
It is. It's very big. I mean, and this has already paid dividends. This room has for us. And so with the rest of our facilities upgrades, we're hoping that it'll upgrade our whole program athletically.
Let's run through a little bit of that because it is a massive upgrade that you all are trying.
Well, and we're right here in the Murphy Center, George, and we've got we're redoing all of our seats. They're all going to be Blue Raider blue, so we'll have a consistency of seats, and I think that's very important. And we're going to do some makeovers on some of the interiors of our corridors of the Murphy Center. We've also got a new track that's going to be coming online, a new track stadium with lights that's related to our hosting the TSSAA, and also the City Council's allocated money to us to start baseball improvements too. So we're going to work on the grandstands and concessions with baseball right now. We've got lights and a new outfield fence going in, and we've got a lot of things going on. We also are coming online with a softball stadium, and we're going to have new dugouts. We're going to have a press box and some bleachers over there, so that'll really help our facility.
South Carolina background helping that a little bit, because they have great facilities.
They really do, and it does. Some of this was online prior to my coming, but it does, and we paid a lot of attention on how we present ourselves to possible recruits and to our donors and fans, and to make the game experience the best possible experience it can be. So these facilities will enhance the fans' experience.
Now, the Murphy Center part of this will be done by the time of basketball. Anything that goes longer than that?
Yeah, the track's really going to be a two-phase, the track stadium. The track and women's soccer stadium will be a two-phase deal. The first phase is we'll have the stands in by spring, so all our spring meets and also the TSSAA will have the stands that will seat 1,500. Then the following year we'll come in with concessions and bathrooms and locker rooms, so that'll be a two-phase deal. We're hoping with our baseball improvements to have it ready to go by the 2008 season. That would be our timeline. Softball's starting this fall, and we're hoping to complete it by spring.
Now, with all of this going on, I mentioned recruiting, which is obviously huge, and it pays dividends in that area. But doesn't it also, with the athletes you already have, the concept that if you dress better, you look better, you do better?
I think that's so important, and I agree with that. And taking a page from Lou Holtz's book, I mean, he was big on that. All lockers had to look the same, and he was very big on taking care of your own thing. And we want our players, our student athletes, to have pride. We are Middle Tennessee. We've got a lot to be proud of. We've won the conference all-around sports trophy 2 years in a row. We are the best athletic program in the Sun Belt Conference, and we want our kids to reflect that and take great pride into that.
Now, we've spent a lot of time on facilities, but I've also got to think that the biggest ambassadors to this were the coaches.
Oh, absolutely, and we've got a great staff of coaches here. I mean, with Dean Hayes as our track coach, and Rick Insel as our women's basketball coach, Kermit Davis, Andy McCullum. I could name them all, George, but this is a great coaching staff, and that's why we win all sports trophies.
When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the Blue Raiders, the entire athletic department, and where it all fits into the Sun Belt Conference. Stay tuned. Halftime in Tuscaloosa. We're coming back.
Are you ready for some football? Hi, this is Murfreesboro Vice Mayor Chris Bratcher. I just want to remind everyone that it's better to be big and blue than mean and green. Go Blue Raiders, MTSU and Murfreesboro, a winning combination. I'll see you at the game.
Haynes Brothers Lumber Company has been doing business with Wellborn Cabinetry for over 25 years. We supply 65% of the new homes in our area with Wellborn cabinets. Their comprehensive product lines allow us to cover a broad scope of homes from starter to custom homes with only one supplier. Haynes Brothers Lumber Company and Wellborn Cabinets are committed to providing the best quality product at a competitive price. Visit our showroom today. Haynes Brothers Lumber Company, the name you know, the people you trust.
Florida Seafood Kitchen, where we serve the freshest seafood daily. All our meals are cooked to order, whether it's fried, blackened, or heart-healthy broiled. We've got it all at Florida Seafood Kitchen. Not in the mood for seafood? We have juicy steaks, burgers, and chicken too. We're open for lunch and dinner, locally owned and operated. Florida Seafood Kitchen, voted best seafood in Nashville. It's like being at the beach at Florida Seafood Kitchen.
A taste of Florida in Tennessee.
Look for a new location coming soon.
It was a Saturday afternoon, and I was coming home from a day of shopping when a tractor-trailer truck hit me and ran me off the road, causing my car to flip several times. The crash caused me serious injuries, and I had to have several surgeries. Not only did I have huge medical bills, The truck driver denied ever hitting me. I knew I needed a lawyer, so I called Bart Durham.
Justice is your right, and we demand it.
Crest Honda is your center point of savings. It's clearance time. Get huge discounts on new 05 Civics, Accords, and Elements, Odysseys, Pilots, and CRVs. Even all new Ridgelines. Register for Crest Honda's huge giveaway. Crest Honda, your local downtown Honda dealer.
For more information, call 248-3100.
Thought you missed your chance for an incredible deal on a Ford? It's not too late. Ford's family plan has been extended. Now drive an 05 F-150, the highest-ranked light-duty full-size pickup in initial quality by J.D. Power & Associates, for a Ford family plan price of just $16,857. That's more than $6,400 below sticker price. Great selection, great savings, limited time. See your local Ford dealer today.
Welcome back in. It's halftime of the football game between Alabama and MTSU. Back in Murfreesboro with Athletic Director Chris Massaro. Chris, your first year on this job, and obviously people ask all the questions of what are you going to do, what's your vision, what is kind of the big Chris Massaro theme?
Well, we've talked a little bit about it, is how we present ourselves, and that is an overriding deal with our facilities, with our customer service, being as friendly. We want to make our facilities and our games the best game atmosphere we possibly can. So that's a big deal. But also on an internal side, we want everybody in the department, George, to have three basic roles. Everybody's an educator. We always have to remember we're part of the higher education process. Number two, that we're all marketers and fundraisers. It's our job to go out and get the resources so our student athletes can have the best possible experience while they're here at Middle. And our third role is that we're all recruiters. And that means for the entire athletic department and also the entire university. If there's good students coming to campus, we want to be there and help any way we can to help these students choose Middle Tennessee. And if we accomplish those three roles as a department, we're a success.
I get the feeling since you've been here, you've done a lot of listening. You've asked a lot of questions, some of those being, how can we get more butts and seats? What's the general consensus of what you've been told by the fan base?
Well, and I think it's a couple different things, George. Is number one, that quality of opponents. They want to play people that they've heard of or that they've got some relationship to. Our fans have mentioned some of the local schools, some of the old OVC rivals. Memphis was a big deal for us to get them signed on. Some kind of local rivalry we need to create. The Sun Belt's a great conference for us. It gives us a chance to compete for bowl games and conference championships. But honestly, there's not a lot of fan identification with Florida Atlantic, with Louisiana Lafayette. Maybe over time that will develop. But right now, that our fans really relate, and our student body relates to more local schools.
The typical Sun Belt Conference level school is not getting a Virginia, a Louisville, a Memphis. Are you getting calls around the country saying, hey, what are you doing to make this happen?
A little bit, yeah. And we were fortunate because we came at a time, I came in at a time where the NCAA passed the 12th game. And so that gave folks a lot of flexibility in their scheduling. So we are very fortunate to have those kind of opponents coming in. And it's a great opportunity for our fans to lock in on their season tickets to watch these teams play in the future.
Now this is where I feel like I'm the used car salesman. Do you have a number if somebody wants to call right now and order a ticket to the North Texas game?
Oh, George, thank you for asking that question. It's 1-800-YES-MTSU.
And let me see if I've got the deal right. I get a percentage of whatever calls in the next 15 minutes?
Absolutely. So dial up now and help make George rich.
If you believe that, we've got some land in Florida. Chris, I appreciate you taking the time.
George, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
That's Athletic Director Chris Massaro, and stay tuned. We'll have the second half, the opening kickoff, coming up from Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and MTSU.
What can blue do for you?
Come see what blue can do for you. Tickets on sale now at 1-888-YES-MTSU.
Buying new furniture? Quality Furniture Company is your only store for everyday luxury. The sheer joy of Maison Lenoir from Broyhill. It's sumptuous, but not one bit fussy. Or consider the possibilities of Jessica McClintock from American Drew in breathtaking proportions. Only at Quality Furniture Company. And here for your pleasure in any season, Lazy Boy. Buying new furniture? Quality Furniture Company. 896-3889.
Lower your handicap at Golf Etc., your full-service golf shop in Murfreesboro. Find everything you need to lower your score, like proven name brand clubs and apparel, or try our computerized swing analysis for custom-built and name brand clubs. We have complete repair facilities to keep your clubs in peak performance. Golf Etc. is also home to great gift ideas. Lower your score at Golf Etc. Now open in Murfreesboro in the Kroger Complex across from Indian Hills Golf Course.
Tired of trying to find the right job for you? Wondering if you'll ever have a career or just looking for extra income? Stop looking for the perfect job. Train for it instead. At Nashville School of Real Estate, you can train for a career that will offer you flexibility in your work schedule and allow you to meet life's daily demands. With flexible class schedules and no experience required, anyone can learn how to qualify for a perfect career opportunity. Call Nashville School of Real Estate or check out our website at www.nsre.com for more information.
Ciabatta. C-B-A. Ciabatta. C-A.
Can you use it in a sentence?
My new bacon and cheese ciabatta burger is made with 2 juicy jumbo patties covered with melting cheese, red onions, tomatoes, and 4 pieces of mouth-watering bacon on my lightly toasted ciabatta bread.
J. Ciabatta. C-I-A-B-A-T-T-A ciabatta. Peace out.
Get the bottom line now during Nissan's model year-end clearance. The bottom line on the all-new mid-size Nissan Frontier and the full-size Titan. With 2% financing or $3,000 cash back on the V8 Nissan Titan King Cab. See your Nissan dealer now. Clearance time happens once a year. And that's the bottom line.
Join us next Friday night when the Alabama soccer team kicks off their 2005 home schedule.
Middle gets the ball first.
Yep.
That's Alabama soccer versus UAB next Friday at 7 at the Alabama Soccer Complex. The Alabama soccer team beat New Mexico 1-0 last night. Alabama volleyball defeated Oklahoma today 3 games to none to win the Bama match.
Is it?
Hey, Tide fans! This season, Advance Auto Parts is sponsoring the Score for More promotion at all Bama home football games. If the Tide scores at least 28 points, everyone in the stadium wins a free gift, courtesy of Advance Auto Parts. So cheer on the Tide and score for more with Advance Auto Parts.
What can blue do for you?
Come See what blue can do for you. Tickets on sale now at 1-888-YES-MTSU.
Call the Karen Hoff team. You'll get agents and full-service staff who have the time to focus on your needs. From historic urban and cool to suburban family fun, the Karen Hoff team gets it done. The Karen Hoff team of historic and distinctive homes. 228-3723. That's 228-3723.
Power up! Get a new Kawasaki ATV from America's Motorsports or race on a new Kawasaki motorcycle. Pay zero down with low payments at only 4.99% APR. Imagine cruising the highways or blazing through the trails. So how do you like your Kawasaki? On the rocks or straight up? Pick your pleasure, only 4.99% APR. Everything Kawasaki on sale at America's Motorsports. 2 locations, Nashville and in Dixon.
America's Motorsports.
It's this season's largest sales event.
Truckloads of spas and tanning beds have been discounted to Watson's for this sale.
It's like buying from the factory.
Hundreds of Cal spas and Viking spas will be offered at bargain prices. Save $1,000, $2,000, even $4,000. 12 months, same as cash. 4-person $34.99 spa, now only $17.99. Deep discounts on all floor models. Factory reps will be competing for your tanning bed business. Beds as low as $9.99.
Closeout pools and up to 60% off on all remaining patio furniture.
That's Watson's.
TSU will get the football to start, and Santil on the kickoff gets out to about the 22. Let's go down to Chris Stewart and get an update on Alabama's injured Freddie Roach.
Defense come out to start this third quarter. You will not see number 8. We have only seen Freddie Roach on special teams tonight on the first play for the Crimson Tide. He injured his right elbow. They taped it up. Early word was that he would be able to play. I don't know if it's precautionary or if he's simply not able to go, but he has come back out of the locker room to start the second half wearing a warm-up suit. You will not see him in the ball game the rest of the night.
And here's that defense from Alabama, minus Freddie Roach, who's one of the better linebackers. You see that swarming red all over the place. Those linebackers are all over the place. And MTSU's got a little bit of a task here.
Blue Raiders start from their 22. Alabama jumps into the neutral zone as Rudy Griffin.
That's a good start.
Yes, absolutely. A little bit too quick off the ball, and therefore it's likely to be 1st and 5. Although as soon as I say this, I have to remember, absolutely.
Right to the snap. Offside. On the defense, number 90. Contact. 5 yards.
You see here Clint Marks, he's had a pretty good first half. I mean, when he's had a minute or two to throw the football. And don't be surprised if Andy McCullum decides to take a shot down the field. That and get that tight end involved. We talked about the tight end in the open. Right now he's only throwing to the receivers. Little birdie told me, watch the tight end.
MTSU, after the penalty, gets 1st and 5 from the 28, which is kind of a quarterback's dream. Clint Marks, when he had time, had a very good first half, as we thought he would. Gross maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Alabama's Redwood Forest, led by Rudy Griffin, the man who jumped offside, saying, I'll make up for that boo-boo. No gain, so it's 2nd and 5.
Right, the two big guys inside, Griffin and Britt, have done a decent job clogging up the inside, but really the MTSU offensive line, when they've had a shot, has done a good job of zone blocking, giving the cutback lanes to Gross and Stuber.
Statistically, in the first half, MTSU with 135 total yards of offense, Alabama 134. It has been that close a game so far.
Here's your shot.
And Marks, a little high, intended for Bobby Williams in Alabama territory, but as Pat said, a little high and incomplete.
Well, without question here, Marks, they take their shot down the field because they saw either one free or man coverage on the outside. So when he saw the safety all by himself in the middle, he said, I think I might have one-on-one. Let me take a shot to Big Bobby. Incomplete.
Simeon Castile for Alabama had very good coverage on the play. This is a down that MTSU would love to convert. On their touchdown drive of 9 plays, 80 yards, they converted twice on big 3rd downs. Crowd trying to get Alabama back into this thing.
Here comes the extra bodies.
Marks, the screen did not work, and Henry tackled for a loss at the 25. Charlie Pepra read that one beautifully. Middle made it work in the first half. Not so fortunate here.
Well, Pepper did a good job of creeping up. You see him creeping into the box. Sure enough, he's read the slip screen the whole way, and he's coming nonstop.
Middle 3 and out. It took about 1:15. And we'll see their kicker, Colby Smith.
Again, the same formation. Here's the shift. Good snap. Off it goes.
And Smith with maybe his best kick of the game. Pro throw from the 27. And look out. Here he goes. Pro throw has one man to beat. The kicker slowed him up. And a host of Blue Raiders got him down after a big kick return, but there is a marker down in Alabama territory.
And I think that's coming back, for sure.
You saw a little bit of the dangerous aspect of Tommy Prothro.
Let's see.
Flag's already been thrown by then. It's way back in Alabama's territory.
That'll negate this whole return and put them back on their own side of the field, way back on their own side of the field.
During the return, illegal block in the back. On the return team, number 3. The penalty is 10 yards from the spot of foul.
Can you say bullet dodged?
Jeffrey Dukes is the guilty party, and let's see if we can re-rack this and see what happened.
It's not there. It's right there. You see it. It's close, but hey.
But hey, if you're MTSU, you will take it gladly.
Absolutely.
So that nullifies what was about a 60-yard punt return for Prothro, but it does give you the idea that you really don't want to kick to it.
No, he's special. I told you earlier.
Beeman Toyota Pontiac GMC and Pre-Owned Supercenters 96-hour sale. 4 days, 96 hours, 1,500 cars available. This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Hundreds must be sold. Everything's on sale. Thousands of new cars, Toyotas, Scions, Pontiacs, GMCs. Hundreds of used cars, Toyotas, Lexus, Chevrolets, Fords, Hondas, Nissans, Acuras, Dodges, and more. No payments till 2006. Top dollar for your trade. Credit problems, first-time buyers? Beeman's 96-hour sale. This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Beeman Toyota Scion, Pontiac GMC, downtown on Broadway.
What are your replacement needs? Authentic replication, a dramatic new look, energy efficiency? Whatever the style of your home, Haynes Brothers Lumber Company can turn your window replacement into reality. Haynes Brothers Lumber Company offers Marvin windows with over 11,000 standard sizes and custom capabilities. And when you choose Haynes Brothers, you're buying more than a product. You're buying over 50 years of experience. The name you know, the people you trust. Haynes Brothers Lumber Company. Installation available.
Don't wait to replace. Call Roscoe Brown now because January 2006, the U.S. Department of Energy will change their minimum efficiency rating from 10 to a 13 SEER. Replacing now with a Carrier high-efficiency 10 or 12 SEER heating and cooling system will save you money over replacement costs next year. Roscoe Brown and Carrier lead the way with the most comprehensive line of products to meet tomorrow's standards. Call today for a free in-home estimate. 100% financing available.
Everyone knows that Hunter's Custom Automotive has the hottest custom accessories in town. But did you know Hunter's also has practical items for every vehicle? Check this out. Stay dry and stay cool even with your windows down with rain guards and Nerf bars.